a beautiful afternoon here in the city of Lagos, and we are live here at the Family Arc Mission to know how the elderly people are faring health-wise, financially, and do they even have any help from their government. We want to know if those people actually receive gratitude, if they have pension, and how are they living their life. Today's topic about this community report is how is life been, or how has life been as a senior citizen, not in Lagos but in Nigeria. This is City Rovers on Flip TV. I am Akinremi Oduayo. Do enjoy. The care of the elderly persons in Nigeria is something that seriously needs to be looked into and given the necessary consideration that is required. In Nigeria, life starts for a person at a young age. After schooling and learning a trade, makes effort to get him or herself gainfully employed in a job so as to be able to fend for himself, family, relatives, and so on. For those lucky enough to get government jobs, they gradually get promotion on the jobs based on skills or qualifications. Sadly, this set of people upon retirement are treated worse than excreta. Their pension don't come until after they've queued under the sun severally and subjected to such treatment as do not befit of an elderly person who has spent his or her life serving the nation meritoriously. Some are even advised to let go of some percent of their pension so that it can be given express attention. So many have died while waiting for their pension to be disbursed to them. City Rovers visited Faith Arc Mission, a non-governmental home for the elderly located in Abeson Estate in the Yanokpaja area of Lagos State. The home for the elderly, which was established by Mrs. Odunsoya to take care of and help elderly people live a better life after serving the country. Dr. David Oludare Odunsoya, while speaking with City Rovers, said he took charge of Faith Arc Mission when his mother passed on in 2012. He said he observed upon taking over from his mother that there was only 2,000 in the account of the organization and funds were not coming from anywhere to actualize the plan of helping challenged elderly.
Actually, my late mom, in the person of Major Retired Olubunmi Idowu Kusonya, began the foundation in 1994 after her retirement from the Nigerian Army as the principal for Nigerian Army School of Nursing and Midwifery after her retirement. Like I said that she began 1994 after her retirement in 1990. I do not know anything about taking care of the elderly. I just was wondering what led her into caring for the elderly until I saw that one day she just told me that I should escort her to a home. And the axis where we are in here is Abeson Estate. And Abeson Estate has about 3,000 to 4,000 elderly people, being that it was Jakonde, the late Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, the then Lagos State governor, that put up most of the estates that we have. And you would have realized that the low-income earners are the ones that occupy this place. So during that time, when they were still young, they purchased this place, and now that they are old, you just find out that over 3,000 to 4,000 of them here. So what my mother did was, because she was a nurse, so she used her profession to take care of them. She would go from house to house, nursing them. Like I said, one day she called me that I should escort her, and what I found out was that there was an old woman who was living alone with nobody but her dog. And it's so sad I have to say it on camera that the old woman's poo and everything was being licked by the dog, and it was my mom that has to be cleaning up the whole thing and taking care of until that woman passed away. Then we have to pack that woman, pack the old woman, brought her to my mother's house where we now use blanket to wrap her up, and bought ice block to some of such like embalming the old lady. And because my mother was a reverend, and she went to buy the coffin and was the one, and we conducted the burial because Mama never had anybody to take care of her. That's one of the sad things that you face. There are so many other challenges that these old people they face, which I cannot enumerate here. And one of the things I was writing on was challenges confronted by the older person. And one of the first challenge that is confronted by them is non-preparation of last office celebration. Most of them, they don't even know where to bury them. They are not ready to know where they will be buried. So they are just waiting for their children. What about the one that didn't have children? So these are lessons we need to teach them. These are the things that we need to put in place for them. that they need to prepare themselves as they grow old. Okay, this is where I want to be buried. These are the things I need to be put in place, including my will. Some of them don't even have next of kin. Someone died amongst them recently, amongst our member here. And it's rather unfortunate that we did not know the next of kin. So there are several challenges. Is it health? Is it feeding? Is it health? Is it water pollution? Is it air pollution? They are just victims of this circumstance. After they have labored so hard to work very hard for this nation, they have nothing. The nation has nothing. The community has nothing. They are giving back to them. Now, you cannot. One thing is this: aging is a process, and as you age, the cells of your body begins to degenerate. It deteriorates. So they have so many health challenges, from arthritis to pneumonia to not seeing to dementia. Dementia is even worse off, because in dementia is not a mental health disease, but is a brain disease that has to do with forgetfulness, where people now think that by the time they start talking, they think they are witches and they are wizards. And when they start talking that way, it's dementia that is. But before you know what happened, people refer to them as what? As witches. They are not witches at all. It's just that they are going through a mental disorder as a result of degenerative disease that is going on. So dementia is still part of it. Now, you see that some of them are diabetic. Not only being diabetic, some of them have high blood pressure. Not only high blood pressure, some of them, they weigh on their body just like that. They'll just be going on the road. They cannot control their bladder any longer. It's not their fault that they cannot control that bladder. It's just that the health issue, the degenerative aspect of them is just going down. And there's nothing. Some, they have rheumatism. They can't walk. Some of them, they have eye problem, ears problem. You could see today when you came that I was, dispensing some medication to them. Okay, you go and they don't even have money for it. So we are calling on the government. We are calling on philanthropy. There are people that have this money that can help these old people. So what are they doing with the money? Nothing. So if you ask me now how much have been dispensed over time, they don't even have money and they die silently. Some are blind amongst them. They come here, we see them. Some are deaf, they cannot speak. Some are dumb. Some have Parkinson's. So as people age, we need to take care of them. But it's rather unfortunate that the government has not put anything in place to assist these old people, to assist these elderly people, to assist these people that have labored and suffered for this nation. Their health challenges, very poor. I will put it in a percentage, is 0.9%.
Dr. David Odunsoya, who currently serves as the president of the organization, said the government needs to come up with policies and programs that are elderly oriented so that our senior citizens can contribute to the progress of the nation and their ideas and experiences do not become obsolete. Also urged the philanthropists and government to aid elderly home financially, materially, medically, and in other ways, so that these senior citizens do not continue to live in abject poverty because there is no plan for them from the government.
Well, the first thing that the government is supposed to do is to have a database of all older persons, as is being done in developed nations. They do not have the database of all these people. They are just guessing. For example, it will shock you that we have about 14 million elderly people in Nigeria alone. 14 million. And what they're supposed to do, like I said earlier, have a database. From having a database, let them create a particular ministry meant for elderly persons, older persons. They shouldn't mumble them, they shouldn't jumble them with youth and sports development. Their own case is peculiar. Why should you have youth and youth development and you will not have senior citizens ministry? If they have a senior citizens ministry, it will go a long way. A particular ministry will be in charge. They will know that, okay, specifically for these elderly people, we are in charge of them. That is one. Number two, they should get them involved in parliamentarian discussion. Let them put them in the parliament. Let them put them. Unfortunately, most of the people that are even at the National Assembly, most of them are elderly people. They are old people. Our president is an old man. So what stops them from saying, okay, I am old, and these are the challenges that these people are having. I've been through this thing but they are free. They have everything free, everything going on for them. So to put the elderly people who are less privileged like themselves, they are finding it very difficult. So like I said, number 2 is that they should set up a parliament, let them be there to come and tell the people, okay, these are the things we are going through. Then number 3, what stops them? It's just now that they said they've approved the draft for older persons, that there's a law now in place for approval for older persons. And that one, as far as I'm concerned, the implementation is even the most important thing. How are they implementing it? Who are the people that they are putting in that position? How long is it going to take for the implementation of it? Another thing is that what stops them from having grants? These people that have organizations, all these corporate organizations, like the banks, like all the people that say they have oil and gas industry, what stops them from saying, okay, the percentage of your CSR, that's social corporate responsibility, okay, let this so much amount of grants be given to the older persons? They can do that. They have things like recreational center. They have things like hospice. What do I mean by hospice? That's old age homes where they can put them in, But there are things that are not in place. It's rather unfortunate. Let me say it on camera. Nigeria is in shambles when it comes to caring for elderly people, except they change their mind. And anyone that do not take care of the elderly, definitely they are not ready to grow old. This has been a self-funded organization. When my mother was running it, she was running it with a meager salary. The pension she was having was what she was using. But when she called me and said I should come and take over, I wasn't ready to take over because by the time I looked into the account, I found only 2,000 naira in 2012. So I've been running this organization with 2012. Since 2012, I've been running this organization with 2,000 naira. So you can imagine. It's only when I now call in friends, and I call in, other people, well-wishers, and I say, we want to have this program. We want to have a free medical screening. That they now say, okay, my friends will, okay, I volunteer to do this, I volunteer to do that. But the money is coming from somewhere, from the government, either overseas or in DC or within here, nothing. I can boast about that. It's been self-funded all the while.
Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm Dr. David Oludaremako Kusonya, founder, Family Health Commission.
It will seem like money and medical treatment are the major problem associated with the age, though the economic situation of the country is not helping matters at all. Please, we still continue to go out to the World Health Organization, other notable health organizations, and non-profitable organizations with solid financial base to come to aid of the senior citizens in Nigeria. Dr. Dusoya explained that Faith Act Mission serves about 50 plus elderly, providing drugs, foodstuff, and some other goodies to the elderly. Speaking with the leader of the elderly, Ogbuefi James Okeagu, an 82-year-old strong and agile retiree of the Nigerian Security and Printing Limited, Ogbuefi Okeagu said he started working with the USC and later became a public servant retiree in 1972. He said he received his own pension in bulk, but after then, he had not received anything from anywhere. He said he has a heart transplant, which usually use some drugs recommended by a cardiologist, but there's no enough finances to purchase them as they are too expensive. Ogbuefi James said certainly the government has to look into the care of the elderly and put some policies in place to cater for them, as they have invested their strength into the community and the nation's growth as a whole, and this decision has to be taken promptly.
Good afternoon, my daughter. Yes, so pleased to see you too. And you are looking charming. My name is Ogbuefi James Okuagu. I am retired and now just at home, expecting to eat the fruit of my labor. 82, yes.
Where did you serve when you were young?
Yes, when I was young, I first of all worked at the United African Company, that is UAC. Then from there, I now went to work at the Nigerian Security and Printing Company Limited, and that is where I retired. Yes, they gave me bulk money that time. Long time, that's 1972. No, I said they gave us bulk. They calculated what is, my entitlement, and they paid me. Yeah.
So how has it been living on the
Yes, it's not very much favorable because, it's only children that are supporting me. It's only me and my baby of 72 years that are living together. Okay, that one we normally call all those women that normally wash clothes. They come and wash our clothes and we pay them. And we have some houseboy that is helping us. Health challenge, yes, I'm facing a lot of health challenge, and because I'm somebody who went through heart operation in UK, and my cardiologist, recommended some drugs, which I'm taking, but I'm finding it difficult to buy those medications. No, except recently that one drugs pharmacy, they came to our aid, and this is one of the medications they came to give us. That is my own. Yes, we have been doing it by the grace of God, because I have to thank our president, very well, because anytime we are having program like this, he will be running helter-skelter in order to make the program a successful one. We don't know how he gets the money. Yes, he's always the one. That's Dr. Dare Okunsaya. Oh, lovely question. What I expect them to do is for them to visit here and, come to our aid in terms of medication. In terms of medication and in terms of food. If they can be giving us some food, but medication, the most important one. That one is available everywhere. Only we make sure that we maintain a healthy environment. No day, shishi, no day. That's all now.
Mrs. Senakmo Adeyemi is another retiree. She retired from the Lagos State Government Service as the Director of Education. She said she received her gratitude 2 years after, and since then her pension has been regular. She mentioned that she invested her pension into renters and other businesses for the raining days, of which she now enjoys. She also mentioned the health challenges she goes through, and now she does exercise to keep herself fit.
With the grace of God, everything has been okay. I retired from Lagos State as a Director of Education. And personally, my gratitude was paid after 2 years. And I have been receiving my pension regularly. I thank God. All my children are okay. Though I've lost my husband long time even before I retired. And though I adopted 2 children, though I have 3 children, but I adopted 2 children that I've been sponsoring even up to now. One is in higher education now, one is still in primary school. And I've been doing this family work, for long, before I even came to Ipaja, helping old people. I just feel it because I know Mama before she died, and I admired her, the way she has been working. So I decided to be doing the same thing to old people, and I just parked here from Badagry to this place, and I've joined them. I've been coping, though I have my different, we women, I'm an extrovert. I don't sit in the place. I do so many things. This alaga iduro, alaga joku. So I do that. I have, I do rentals. I love coaching. Though I was once a principal, a teacher. But now that I'm no more working, I do free coaching for people when you want to do WAEC. I've been feeling okay. At least my pension is going on well. I have my houses that I collect rent. So I just pray I have good health long life.
How old are you now?
I am very young. I'm still marketable. When you add, I think you know arithmetic.
Yes.
Just add 6 and 9. 6 and 9. That's my age.
Okay, ma.
I'll be 70 by God's grace next year. Apart from, I have BP. I'm using my medication regularly. And people that have worked, especially we that do this engagements, Alaga chairperson, Alaga we advance a lot. So, but I thank God that I'm not all that fat. I have problem with my knee now, but I still do a lot of exercise. I invested my gratitude. I think I told you that I'm doing rentals. I don't have any children I'm taking care of. They are all grown up. They are on their own. So all my investments are still going on. Insurance. I do insurance for myself.
Pa Edmond Odweso has a different story. Pa Edmond, a 79-year-old man who worked with the Nigerian Brewery, a private organization, said his gratitude of 35 years was paid to him and he still receives his pension monthly with an additional health insurance scheme in place to take care of his health challenges. He, however, advised the younger generation to work hard and prepare ahead for the future.
What the government is supposed to be doing is what they are doing in Nigeria. What do I mean? By the 28th of the month, my pension has gone to my account in the bank. They will alert me. They have hospital for me. I can go and get medical treatment. Then they did health insurance with Ajia. So we go for medical checkup every year. Very good indeed. That's what our government should be doing, but we have no government in Nigeria. There are so many people who are saying that if they leave this country, they will not come back here. No.
So, sir, how has it been being a senior citizen in Nigeria? How has it been living as a senior citizen in Nigeria?
Well, when my company is treating me well, I don't have any regret. Children too, they don't go have work. What do we do?
So, do you have any health challenges going through? Do you have any health challenges you're going through?
Of course, I have 3. Process enlargement, blood pressure, and glaucoma.
So, how has it been managing them?
That health insurance is helping. When I go to the hospital where I enroll through Nigerian breweries, they will refer me to the eye specialist. They will refer me to other people, other doctors.
So, what advice can you give to young people out there who will attain your age?
My advice is to work hard and prepare for the future so that they don't think about only the present time. Yes, that's my advice. And they should be serious. Yeah, but I find that most of them are not serious at all. They want quick money. That's why they go into Yahoo and so on and so forth. It's not good. We are not trained like that. And I read from a book that civilization started in Africa and in Egypt. But our people are saying, especially the youth, that anything that comes from UK or America is civilization. This is not so. Somebody wrote in the, I think it's Tribune, he said Egypt started producing doctors, medical doctors, 2,000 years ago. You can't beat them. They are in Africa, but they don't have black color like us. Edmond Odueso. You are a Yoruba person. Odueso means nígbà tí wọ́n dé fa odù ló jáde wọ́n ní ẹ̀sọ́ ni, and that's why I was able to work in Nigerian brewery for 35 years without warning. And I started from the store, I ended in managing director's office. I retired as an assistant manager. Thank you very much for interviewing me.
Mrs. Modupe Olushola Ogede, a 75-year-old woman, explained the plight after she served in the Lagos State Printing Corporation for 32 years. Her pension was still paid after 12 years. She also narrated how she managed to survive with the little she saved while working. She also spoke about some of the health challenges she's battling with and now there are not enough finances to manage them well since there are no free health care to cater for the elderly.
I don't know what is happening with them. And we pensioners, we always have meetings with our colleagues. By that time, we are 7 in number. We go to printing. They said it is from secretariat. We go to the pension office. They said they are doing it. By that time, until God help us, by the time of Ambody, yes, it's Ambody. We go and meet him. He said he will help us, but he didn't do it before he left. The next governor, it's not so good. The next governor helped us to collect it last year. That's. How much is this pension? It's just a little amount. Just a little amount. Yes. So over these 12 years, how did you survive? Now God saved me and my children, because I have my first child and her husband. They help me, but now they are not around. They have gone to overseas. So how are you surviving? When I collect that money, that is the money that I'm using now. So over the years, how has been your health challenges? I have a problem like hypertension, rheumatism, and others. But my last son never got work in time. That one is only a son. I have four children, 3 guys, 1 male. But by the time I was in this thing, they contribute small. You know, they were not employed by government. It is a private. So the little amount they have, they give me. I use it to buy medicine to maintain myself. So there's no free health care for both people in private hospitals? No, I usually go to Kini Aregbe, but Ralph Aregbe. I usually go there. Then I pay money, I buy medicine they ask me, because I prefer that one. So how has it been living in Nigeria as a senior citizen? You know, if you want to, I don't do anything that is very high. It's I manage myself with the little amount I have, and with the little amount my children give me. Do you have anybody staying with you? No, I'm living at estate before. That's my house. But the third child of me asked me, because I have lost my husband 5 years ago, and I have my old mama, which is 100 years. She have just departed on the 4th of January 1920. So my third child asked me to come and be living with her. And I've been living with her for the past 1 year now, 1.5 years. I'm happy. Everybody is praising me, praising the lady that is helping me very much. As I'm saying, I'm a working class lady. Before I retire, I save some money. But when you take out of it to do this or do that, and after that, my children, they give me small money to maintain myself before I go and join the third person.
As confirmed by the elderly people being taken care of in Family Act Mission, we really know that they need the government to come to their aid through finances, health, and a lot of things. This is City Rivers on Flip TV. I'm Akinremi Oduayo. Thanks for watching.